Hey, it's the champ Antonio Tarver, man. I'm gonna dive right in, man. It's knockout chaos coming to you less than a few hours away, man. Live from Saudi Arabia. It's the two biggest stars in boxing right now in the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua faces Francis Ngannou, man. This is a fight that really stresses power. Both of these guys come in with the knockout power, looking to detonate. I mean, when you look at this fight, man, Anthony Joshua has to come in early and control these first 2 or 3 rounds. He can't let Francis start off early, man. Anthony Joshua has to control the boxing inside. He's going to have to back Francis up, man. Let's see, can that jab be effective? I like the control that he showed against Otto Waller. He's going to have to come out with that same control, much differently than he fought against Usyk. You know, he was more tentative. He was more hesitant. If he come in like that today, Francis Ngannou going to knock him out, bro. He cannot be indecisive about what he wants to do with his game plan. He's going to have to put some thoughts in the back of Francis Ngannou's head, and a guy that's been has shown to be mentally strong. You feel me? What if Anthony Joshua can't hurt Francis Ngannou? That's going to be a problem. I've seen this guy take an elbow from Tyson Fury straight in the middle of the head, and he didn't bend. It didn't even phase him, bro. So if he has that type of chin where Anthony Joshua can't even put a dent in him, bro, it's going to be a long night for Anthony Joshua. I wish this fight could have been contested at 12 rounds because we talk about two championship quality fighters here. You feel me? Those 2 rounds may be important if this fight comes down and is close down the stretch, man. We're going to want to probably wish we had 2 extra rounds. You feel me? I think if Anthony Joshua come out and his experiences shows early, he can control this fight. But the sooner he get Francis Ngannou out of there, the better it looks for Anthony Joshua. The longer Francis Ngannou stays in this fight, if this fight goes 6, 7, 8, and Francis Ngannou is chopping away, it doesn't look well for Anthony Joshua, bro. I think this is anybody fight when it comes down to the two combatants in this fight, you know, being able to change the tide with their power at any given time. You feel me? But when you look at the Olympic gold medalists, when it comes down to experience, you got to favor AJ. But the only time that experience comes in effect, man, is if AJ can take control. He's going to have to put some doubt in the back of Francis Ngannou's mind. And when you look at the buildup of the fight, the press conference as well as the weigh-in, I don't think Anthony Joshua is really pushed back thus far. I don't see any pushback. I think when you look at a heavyweight champion, I want my heavyweight champion a little bit more, you know, a little bit more intense than we've seen a more stoic Anthony Joshua in the buildup of this fight. Very reserved, even though Francis is looking in his face telling him, I'm going to knock you out. And, you know, this is my time. You know, I'm on a special run here. And Anthony hasn't really pushed back like I would want him to push back. Show me you're going to stand up. If you're going to fight this guy, you got to put that in the back of his mind right now. Bruh, it's going to be something you never faced before. I know you're strong. I know you got power, but you've never been in a ring with an accomplished boxer with my experience and with my power and with my know-how. So Anthony Joshua should be able to show Francis Ngannou some things differently to let him know that this is like no other fight he's been in the ring with. And I think Anthony Joshua is going to have to show that early. If he cannot get control of this fight early, man, you know, look for an upset. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Francis Ngannou can't score an upset when I believe he can. You know, we've seen Anthony Joshua look a little hesitant in the fight against Usyk. He really didn't have his mind made up. He was unsure, and he fought like it all night. He cannot come in that way against Francis Ngannou. That's going to give him the motivation. You feel me? You don't want Francis to get, you know, any type of confidence, you know, brewing in this fight because it's just going to rise. It's just going to rise if this guy start having some rounds. If he can put 2 or 3 rounds together, you know, Anthony Joshua is going to have a bad day, man. I think, you know, you got to lean toward Anthony Joshua on his experience. But if he don't come in and show that dominant experience and control, this fight could get away from him, man. I think the longer this fight lasts, it favors Ngannou. So I wouldn't be surprised if I was in Anthony Joshua's corner, man. I'm looking for a real early start that really just controls this fight, the tempo of this fight, and I keep Francis Ngannou out of this fight, man, by making him miss with those big shots and countering. Anthony Joshua should be able to do that. He showed that against the Wallen fight, but can he come in with that type of confidence, looking across from Francis Ngannou? That's what I'm going to look to see early, that body language. And so far, Francis Ngannou body language tell me that he's here. He's here to win, man. He's here to really shock the world. And it's only going to take it got to take Anthony Joshua really breaking of Francis Ngannou mentally, that I just can't see. And this fight really is a nervous. It really makes me nervous when you look at everything leading up to this fight, man. When you look at Anthony Joshua, you just really got to put the two contrasting styles that he fought against Usyk, and then the fight that you just saw against Otto Wallen. I think if he comes out more like Otto Wallen, it gives him a chance to really shut Francis Ngannou down with his experience, with his control. He's going to have to put a lot of doubt in Francis Ngannou's head. And he's going to have to do that by making a miss. If Francis start landing successfully, it's going to give him the momentum to believe that he can shock the world and knock Anthony Joshua out. And if he's learned one thing from that Tyson Fury fight, being close ain't good enough. He got to finish the job. And I think with him getting right back in the training camp and with him being so close to shocking the world, I think if he gets another opportunity, he's going to close the show, man. So, hey, it's anybody fight because the dynamics surrounding this fight, man. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, man, if we don't see the best Anthony Joshua, the one that we saw early against Otto Wallen with that type of control and really putting that doubt into Francis Ngannou's head, man, look for an upset tonight. There you have it. You've been listening to Tarver's Tape, and I don't mind being wrong on this one, but remember where you heard it first. There you have it. You've been listening to Tarver's Tape, man. Until the next time, stay tapped in, and I'll talk to you then.